everywhere I go, I see you. Hey, everyone out there, welcome back to another episode of the Sophiejo Show. It's the Sophiejo, the Sophiejo, the Sophiejo Show. So excited to be here for this episode today. I'm giving very Congresswoman presidential. I'm giving Condoleezza Rice teas. Y'all see my pup? We are matching, and this is by accident. Y'all see the checkerboard? Nipsey, what you want to say to the people? Say something. Roof, anything. Nipsey is off a fresh cut. Fresh cut, giving real Whitney Houston. It's not right, but it's okay. Anywho, guys, for today's episode, we are getting into the evolution of Queen Bee, Beyonce. Beyonce. I was trying to figure out, what I was going to talk about in this episode a few days ago. And I was thinking, I've always wanted someone, I'm sure someone has done it, okay, but I'm doing it. I always wanted for someone to do the breakdown of Beyonce, the human, the machine herself, the evolution of B. And I was like, you know what? I'm certified enough. I can do it. So we are going to do that. But first, before we get into the evolution of Beyonce, I wanted to talk very briefly about some breaking news in pop culture. Kanye West, Mr. West himself, yay, has released an open letter apology to the Black and Jewish community. Kanye West took out an ad in the Wall Street Journal to publicize this open letter um, to us, to the people, and he basically, this is a quote from him. He said, "The Black community is unquestionably the foundation of who I am. I'm sorry that I let you down." He asked for patience and understanding. He did say that he went through a 4-month long manic episode, and we all know Kanye West suffers from or deals with, I think, bipolar, and just like the mental health within itself. We see Ye going on tangents and rants and all that stuff, but at some point, like, the Black community, the world, the world period would be like, hold on now, is this from your mental health, or is this who you really are? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we were starting to, and he has apologized for things that he said before in the past, but I feel like social media is a little bit more receptive to this apology for some reason. It does seem a little bit more genuine. And also, in a recent interview Kim Kardashian did, I forgot who it was. I think Call Her Daddy podcast, not sure, shout out to her, or it was Angie Martinez. I can't remember. But they asked Kim, what's the stage, what's the relationship now with you and Kanye? And she was like, right now, she's in a better place, and they're co-parenting, pretty well right now. So I feel like that also is like a telltale sign that Kanye really is probably getting better and doing better and things like that. So, like I said, we have heard a few apologies from Kanye in the past before, but I feel like this one is better. And, I can imagine dealing with mental health issues, and, some things are controllable, some things are not. And you are a famous celebrity on top of that too. So people are really judging you and looking at your life with a microscope. So, like I said, he just asks for patience and understanding. Who am I to judge? Now, some of the things he was saying was crazy, but before his tangents, I was always a Kanye fan. I think he's one of the greatest rappers ever. But of course, when he flipped to the other side, I was like, whoa, I can't rock with you no more. So shout out to Kanye West. Hopefully things get better for him, and maybe one day we'll get some good music from him again, some good old school music from him. So yeah, wanted to talk about that. Now, what we came here for today, baby. The evolution of Beyonce. I have some notes over here on my laptop, because there's so many just phases that I want to go through. Okay, first I'm going to start with my top I'm gonna name my top 5 favorite Beyonce songs because she has a catalog. Okay, my favorite album from Beyonce is actually the self-entitled Beyonce album. I think it came out like 2013 or 2014. The only reason I know that year, because I'm very terrible with years, I barely know what year I was born. But the only reason that is so a year that stuck out to me is because I remember I'm in high school at this time, 2013. I think I'm like a junior in high school, and I ain't had no money for real back then. I think I worked part time at Subway. I don't know. And I remember I literally had like $14 to my name, like in my bank account. And if y'all think back to when she dropped that visual album, there was no promo behind it. It was just like out of nowhere. And it was just blowing up on Twitter. And I literally had, like I said, like $15 to my name and the album to download it in like Apple Music, or it wasn't Apple Music. It was like iTunes or Apple, whatever, on my iPhone. Um, it was 11.99. I remember that was my last bit of money. Like I had no money left after that, and I took my last and downloaded the album. Totally worth it. I just remember sitting in class. I think I was in like my theater class. Yeah. Um, or like the yearbook committee or whatever. And I downloaded it. It was really great. So shout out to Beyonce. That's my favorite album. Um, ooh, favorite songs by Beyonce is really tough. I love, even though right now I'm not rocking with her, I love both of the songs with her and Nicki Minaj. Feeling Myself and both of the songs with Nicki Minaj. Ooh, I love Disappear by Beyonce. Ego, the regular one and the remix with Kanye West. I love Drunken Love with Kanye West. So I think sounds like I like a lot of her features, but of course I love her regular music as well. I love Virgo's Groove. Okay, so when we see Beyonce in her long career, we see what consistency looks like. That's what dedication looks like. That's what persistence look like. That's what truly, I mean truly with the capital T, believing in yourself and your dreams looks like. Okay? But it's not just that. Beyonce the Machine, that's also what having a strong support system looks like. And resources, okay? Specifically financial. Because, I always say this, me and my mom have this conversation all the time. You can be the most talented person in the world. There are so many people that's talented. Y'all probably even know I can sing, huh? A lot of people are multi-talented. Talent is, hey, a lot of people can sing, dance, act, whatever. But if you are at a place where you lack resources and you have no resources to help get eyeballs on your talent and become seen, then you're just a talented person who lives in mid Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? So I think Beyonce coming from a pretty well knit family, a mom, a dad who had decent, a mom and dad who had decent paying jobs, decent careers, but also believed in their child enough to put money and a force behind her to drive the Beyonce train even further. Like I said, if you imagine you are extremely talented and you live in the middle of Timbuktu, who's going to see you and all your talents? Where you gonna go to promote all your talents? You can travel, but that comes from resources. A lot of people don't have, well, some people do not have the financial means to travel to various auditions, to book studio time, to get the right costume because it's all a package. You have to have the look as well. It takes money and resources and support. So the upbringing of Beyonce and her career and her parents and her team played a major role in who she is today. Okay, also, what I have noticed and I want to say this. I know there's people who, you know, they don't get the hype about Beyonce. They're not Beyonce fans. They don't like the lady. Like they know her personally. Okay, which is fine because there's a lot of people I don't like in the entertainment industry. But I think something that we all can learn from B is music aside. Beyonce knew what she wanted to do and who she wanted to be from the jump, and she never let up. She honed in, laser focus, and she never wavered in it. Not that we know of. And what I mean is waver. We never saw her say, you know what, I'm gonna take a break from music. I'm about to release this cookbook. I'm gonna take a break from music. I'm about to come out with a shoe line. I'm gonna take a break from music. I'm gonna travel. We didn't see Beyonce start to chill until way later in her career. This is post multiple Grammys. This is post multiple tours when she decided to get married, have kids, and she still was a beast during that time and after. Now we see, her brand sacred, but we all know that's Miss Tina's brand, right? We all know that. Okay. But she never let up. She never got sidetracked. And I'm saying that as a note to myself and others watching, that music aside, we can learn from Beyonce's machinery. Like I said, laser focus. A lot of times we are easily distracted. We give up on things because it's not going the way that we are hoping. We're not getting the viewership, sponsorships, the eyeballs, the opportunities, and we're like, you know what, maybe this isn't for me. But you know what, we just got to continue to push, 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 and see it through. And that's one thing that I think we all, whether you like her or not, can take from Beyonce. If you have a dream in mind, just go for it. Why not? In the beginning, I'm in the trenches right now. I'm in the trenches. I don't have thousands of views on my show, but I know it's coming because I really believe in it, and it's something that I want to do. And I'm so excited for this year, and just like my refocus that I've had, this revelation I've had with myself about this show, the Sophiejo show. Make sure you subscribe and follow me. Um, I know the beginning is not going to be exactly what I want. I have to go through the low views, you know, the low interactions and all that to get to boom, what I want to be and what I want to do. Now, this is a totally different discussion. I hope I can get some conversation going in the comments because I really just want to have a convo about this. Y'all know that people say, like, oh, we'll never have another Michael Jackson. We'll never have another Beyonce. We'll never have another Tina Turner. We'll never have another James Brown. You know what? Unpopular opinion, I think we will. I truly, truly do not think that when God or the stars and moon, whoever you believe in, the universe, made extremely talented people with mega aura, I don't think when he made them, that was it. Like, I do think that we will have like another Michael Jackson or another Beyonce one day. It might be this generation. We don't know who at home in front of that TV breaking down a smooth 8 count. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. Y'all really think the man above stopped creating super talented people with those people? No, it's talent all around us. I don't think that we'll never have more iconic superstars. I'm talking about superstars. I don't think that that was it. I think there's more to come. But on the other side of that, if we don't have any more mega superstars, it's because this generation, specifically like my generation and under, and I don't know why, but we are so cringed out by like effort and people trying. Like, for example, when Chloe Bailey, I love Chloe Bailey and I wish her career much more success. But like when she first came out, not me, but like the internet was like cringed out. She will give you a show. That's what I'm looking for. A show, not just standing up there singing. Super talented as well. But people were like comparing her to Beyonce. She's trying to be like Beyonce. They were saying they were cringed out because she was trying to be too sexual. What if she really is sexual? How y'all gonna tell her what she is? We didn't even give the girl a poor chance. My God. And she is so talented. She has that it factor, in my opinion. She has the stage presence. She can dance. She can sing. She plays instruments. Like, what more do we want out of our pop stars? Like, we don't even give people a chance to grow into a superstar. That's what I was trying to say. Nowadays, we don't give people a chance to grow into their stardom. They put out a couple hits, we're happy, and then some kind of way it flips and we become cringed out by them, and then we don't hear from the people no more because ain't nobody buying their music or listening to it. Also, our attention spans are incredibly shot, and that's because of, I can't lie, I am a victim to TikTok. Because we're just used to consuming content and media and music like quick, 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 like 10 seconds, 10 seconds. We don't give people time to give us their full production, their full project that, they're working on. We don't take the time to listen to the full project, like Beyonce said, the full album, to really get into the artistry of it all. I'm gonna name a few people who I think have the qualities of what it takes to really become a mega superstar. And these are people who they're not just standing on stage with the figure eight singing. And some people are made to just sing, like Adele, just stand and sing. Jasmine Sullivan, stand and sing. We don't need a lot. But some people who have that, you know what I'm saying, that je ne sais quoi. Okay, Chris Brown, of course. Beyonce, duh, that's who we talking about. Rihanna, Usher. Normani has that capability. I don't know what's going on with the Normani. I don't know if she's like in a bad deal. I'm not sure, but Normani has so much potential to really, really pop it. I don't know what's going on, but and then of course Chloe Bailey. These are people who are going to give us a full show. They're going to give us an 8 count. They're going to give us rehearsal. They're going to give us glam, hair, makeup, body, outfit, tea. They're going to give us vocals, live vocals, singing on beat with not running out of breath, breath control. This is true stardom and true entertainment. That's what we need. That's what's missing. But I'm not giving up. I know there are some superstars brewing up. So I remain hopeful. Lastly, I think another thing that adds to Beyonce's level of stardom and celebrity is that she still remains to be not anonymous, private. We know nowadays celebrities, non-celebrities, influencers, whoever, they put all their business out on social media. There's nothing for us to guess. We know everything. We know where you went to eat. We know what you're wearing, your favorite store, your favorite coffee order. But Beyonce remains that level of secrecy. We don't know a lot about Beyonce. We know about music, we know about Sacred, and that's it. We don't know, Beyonce's hair routine. We don't know her skincare routine and her workout routine. We know nothing. And I think that makes us even more intrigued, like, oh, we want to know something. And it increases the fandomonium, the fandom, whatever it's called. So yeah, now guys, we did see, I think 2 nights ago. Let me tell you something. I'm a Beyonce fan, but I'm not like a crazed fan. I'm not. You'll never see me in the comments arguing, being a beehive. But I am a Beyonce fan. I attended the Renaissance tour in Atlanta. So, and that's how you know if I really like an artist or not. If I'm gonna spend my hard-earned money going to your concert, and I did. Had a great time. Love, great performance. I was not surprised by anything because I knew she was going to give us a great show because she's a great entertainer. Um, but there has been speculation for months now what Act 3 will be. She did Act 2, which was Renaissance, Act 3, Cowboy Carter. Now, Act 3, the last act. There's been heavy speculation that it's going to be rock and roll because when she did Don't Hurt Yourself, who the do you think I is? I ain't married to no boy. Love that song. Um, and then I think on her like website or something like that, she released a statement and it was kind of hinting towards like rock and roll. A lot of people think Act 3 is going to be a rock and roll album. You know, black people. But Beyonce was heavily influenced and a fan of Tina Turner, rest in peace. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was a rock album. My personal opinion, I hope it's not a rock album. I don't want that. Honestly, I didn't want the country Cowboy Carter. I just don't like country music. But that's just me. Some people say gospel. She did grow up in the South. I don't think it's going to be gospel. What I'm hoping it is, this is just a hope. A girl can dream, can't she? I am hoping, begging and wishing, fingers crossed and toes, that Act 3 will be a Destiny's Child album and reunion. If it is, I need to start saving my money. ASAP. Right? Maybe I'll put my Cash App on the screen. I am hoping that Act 3 is a Destiny's Child reunion and album. Give the people what they're waiting for. What are we talking about here? Destiny's Child? Oh my gosh. The classic hits. When it was all 4 or 5 of them, then we could kind of wipe them off. And then it's just the core three. Kelly, can you handle this? Michelle, can you handle this? Beyonce, can you handle this? I don't think you can handle this. Ooh, I don't even know the words, but all I know is I'm hoping. Look how excited I just got, thinking and hoping that it's Destiny's Child. When we all know it's probably gonna be that doggone rock album. I don't want that. So, anywho, guys, let me know what you think Act 3 is. Be sure you guys are following me on TikTok at the Sophiejo. You can follow me on Instagram. Of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Side note, do we consider Whitney Houston a mega superstar? I know she, don't get me wrong. I know she was a mega vocalist, and she also was an actress as well. She wasn't really dancing for real. But is she in that category? When I think of greatest singers, I think of Whitney Houston. When I think of greatest entertainers, I don't know if I think of Whitney, but she is a mega superstar. From the moment I saw you, had it in my mind. Oh, I never believed in love at first sight. But you got the magic, boy, that I just can't explain. And you got a way that you're making me feel like I can do anything for you, baby. Well, guys, that wraps up another episode of the Sophiejo Show. It's the Sophiejo, the Sophiejo, the Sophiejo Show. Yeah. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode as much as I did recording it, and I will see y'all in my next one.